Hey, so today we're talking about how to build better habits. Democrats just took over the Senate, and man, those pro-Trumpeteers just stormed Capitol Hill. Are you ready? Welcome to the Saymichael podcast. What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the Saymichael podcast, one man's attempt at business, family, and comedy. I'm your host, Michael Aigbedion. And yes, we are here at the 53rd episode. You already know, before we can continue, we must introduce super producer, Saymichael. What's good?
What's poppin'? Happy New Year to everyone. This is our first episode of 2021.
Man, first episode of 2021. It feels good.
Feels good.
What have you learned, bro?
I've learned 2020, going into this year, I learned that anything is possible, anything can happen. But I'm blessed. I'm blessed to see another year. So hey, man, let's get it. Let's get it rocking.
That's beautiful, because that is true. That's actually a positive and a negative thing, that anything can happen. You know what I mean? And even talk about that, I have to start with, rest in peace to my tailor, Dominic.
Man.
Yeah, he passed like Tuesday, and he passed because of COVID.
Ooh, damn.
Man. And what makes it even worse is the fact that, like, I just saw him, like, literally a week and a half ago. He tailored one of our, I had a green suit that I wore for my birthday. And, he tailored it. And I came in, sized me, did it, the whole thing. He looked good. I'm talking about, even, it's been a while since I've seen him, right? It's been about a year.
Yeah.
So you look out for things like, is everything all right? Is everything all good? But he looked more than good. Like, he looked healthy. He looked strong. He was sharp, laughing, so, I came in the Friday before this last one. So it's 2 Fridays ago to pick it up. Again, things were all good. So I got a call yesterday or 2 days ago. Yesterday, saying, hey, did you know Dominic passed? I was like, what? He's like, you talking about the tailor? He's like, yeah, Dominic. And he's huge. I put a lot of people onto Dominic, who from there put a lot of people onto Dominic.
Yeah.
And he's in Grand Prairie. And, but basically I didn't believe it. I was like, there's no way. Like, my boy Phil called me, told me about it. I was like, there's no way. I just saw him. He looked good. And then today I called the wife, actually. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I called the store. But then the wife answered, and I was like, are y'all open? And she's like, no, we're not open today, but who are you? I said, it's Michael Aigbedion. She's like, oh, I have something to tell you. I was like, oh, what's going on? And she, as I already know, but I didn't want to ask, and then she was like, Dominic has passed. He's passed away, and, he's no longer with us. I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, because of COVID. It happened so quickly. It was it's just so devastating. It's so sad because, everything seemed like he was strong. He was good. He was healthy. Everything seemed all good. And then this last Saturday, he was having troubles breathing, and I take him to the hospital. And then, from Saturday to Tuesday, he passed.
Man.
Yeah. And they didn't want to put him on a ventilator because they wanted to talk to him. And he was talking on on oxygen mask, just trying to, communicate, do all that. And then to hear that, he's already passed, he passed that Tuesday, and then they already cremated him due to the whole COVID situation. So I just want to say, rest in peace to Dominic. I also want to give a quick moment of silence. Thank you so much. But yeah, just wanted to kind of share that as we came in. But yeah, a lot of things are happening, at least for the 2021. I know a lot of people aren't big on trying to have like expectations and what do those calls every year? What people do? Resolutions. Yeah. But we all could do this anytime, which is build better habits. And I learned about what it is that keeps us from building better habits. And the one key thing, to either building or breaking habits is friction. Are you familiar with friction?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So for those who don't know about friction, it's the more friction something has, the more difficult it is. The less friction it has, the easier it is. So that means that if you're trying to start a new habit, let's say work out every day. Some people do things like sleep in their workout gear so they could wake up and go straight outside and start walking already. That's what you call adding less friction to something that you really want to do. And then there's some things that you need to stop doing, which is, let's say you have a bad habit. If you add more friction, like more things that you have to do in between it, make it more difficult for you to achieve whatever it is that is a bad habit, that habit would start to go away, through time. But I know I know you heard about the whole 21 days to build a habit, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're on?
Yeah. So my, I want to say resolution, but one of the things I'm doing right now, I'm fasting.
Your goals.
My goals right now, my self-development and emotional intelligence and being a better person. So I'm cutting off Twitter for the month of January. So trying to redirect my focus to different things. So no Twitter.
Yeah, but it's a rumor that it's 21 days to break it. Good habits or habits die hard. So in essence, some habits actually take, the thing about it, when you build a habit, you're trying to build something to where you don't think about it anymore. So it's part of your lifestyle. So the people who jog every morning, eat good or take the vitamins, they form this habit through time to where now they have to almost do it. And that's it takes time to do that. And it could take any time from 21 days all the way up to like 5 months to create a regular habit of yours for you to continue doing and it not cost you any extra stress just to do it. But I'm not really saying that everyone needs to break all the habits and trying to be perfect. No one's perfect, but we all could build better habits and, try to automate those things that kind of hold us back and make it a little bit more difficult for us to kind of like move forward and focus on the things we love. Cause I said this year, and I don't look at this as a resolution, I'm talking about in general, that I'm focusing on doing the things I love. And I even mentioned this on a whim to my wife just now because she asked me, like, what are the things you love? I was like, creating. I love creating, and I want to do a little bit more creating this year and just a little bit more connecting to the things I love, So I'm trying to build those, particular type of habits. And, man, it's hard. I mean, how easy? Are you a morning person or a night person? You're both?
I can only be a morning person if I get enough sleep. Mm-hmm. If I get enough sleep, I can be up. Usually I'm always up anyways, but I mean, really depends. I can be both. I'm more so a night person, but I can be a morning person depending on how much sleep I get.
Man, I said, Lord, please free me from the shackles of sleep sometimes, because man, sometimes I get so comfortable and I just want to just chill.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
And get a nice, when you want to really do some work and you get in that comfortable position. You just lay there. You shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy this one standing desk where you have the desk where it stands up, and you could do all your work while you stand up. You seen those?
Oh yeah, I've seen those before.
I'm actually thinking about getting one of those because it might be different. I've never stood up, like doing work, but I assume that's a little bit better than like laying down and doing work because I've in this whole pandemic, I probably gained like 15 pounds. But here's the thing: I've always wanted to gain that much. It's just a little bit easier, but now I need to, kind of loosen up, strengthen up a little bit and not be so gooey, you know what I'm saying?
Loosey goosey,
But man, we move on because, we could talk about me all day because you already know what happened. The Democrats, we got the Senate, Big
win.
It's a big win because you know what that means? That means that them 2K stimmies on D-Way.
Boys for to be locked in this.
They on D-Way. Boys is ready for that stimmy. Look, people already got the 600. I'm not sure people got the 600.
They already got the 600 already.
Okay, yeah. So people are trying to figure out, okay, is this even possible to flip, to turn into like a business or turn into like a hustle? What are your thoughts?
Listen, okay, this is the thing. So if you're gonna do it with the right intention, knowing what the hell you're doing, then go for it. But don't listen to all these stupid people on Twitter try to tell you what to do, and it leads you to tax fraud. Don't do that.
Yeah, I remember that. The guy's like, "Hey, that's tax fraud. You know that, right?"
Yeah.
But you need to know. Look, if you got the stimmy or you got anything like that, first place you need to go. Look, is figure out what you need to do for your own personal self development. Whether that be you in a book, you in better like a better environment. And I mean, that can even be internal environment, like vitamins. That's essential to your thinking, essential to your growth, So there's a lot of things there. But, while the Democrats have taken over the Senate, which that was a big one, and, one of my friends, Collins, he's a huge gun enthusiast. He said this is going to be a very, very, very long, 4 years. Because, as you know, Democrats are more against, they're for gun control. And what's happening, as you see it, you've seen these trumpeters where they're saying hey, they just stormed the Capitol Hill in Washington. Like
today.
It's happening as we're talking. You have a bunch of trumpeters, white male and female trumpeters, storming Capitol Hill, sitting in Nancy Pelosi's chair. They're sitting in Nancy Pelosi's chair, and they wrote down on her desk, it says, "We will not back down." Can you believe this?
And the thing is, these people don't have jobs, so they're spending their fine Wednesday afternoon. They chose violence today. That's what it is.
Yeah, they woke up and chose violence. And look, this is a coordinated effort. And that's what you need to understand. The longer term view of this entire thing is the fact that, yes, people are frustrated. But just understand, your rules don't work here. They want to, keep on with the past, what happened with Trump and all the other issues that came with him. And they don't want this to end. But guess what? It is coming to an end. I think we have 14 more days left.
14 more days.
Of him before he could go ahead and find another area to pollute. But, the fact that you're looking at the double standard here of how they treat black people and how they treat white people in this country. There is a clear double standard. Yet people storming, literally one person was injured. No, one police officer was injured. I think one woman was killed. They're trying to resuscitate her either way, but they came in with guns, armed, sitting on the judge's seat everywhere in Capitol Hill, and nothing happened. No arrests, no nothing. No, where's the police with the riot gear? What happened to the riot gear?
Nah, man, it is playing patty cake with them. That's what it is.
Man, this is a crazy double standard to see that people are coming armed and forcing their way in to a federal building and police.
At that.
Bro, a federal building and the police just hey, you know what I mean? And no riot gear. You don't see any of that, which is, I don't know. It's a little uncomfortable. But, Donald Trump Jr., even this morning, he was we need if you're not fighting for us, and he's trying to incite violence. Mm-hmm. So was Donald Trump. He made a little message about the whole thing. Didn't really talk about anything that has to do with storming Capitol Hill. He just said that, reminding people that this election was stolen from them. So, I mean, you just got to stay prepared. And that's why I say, and by prepared, make sure that you have a disaster plan.
Yeah.
Every home, every person should have a disaster plan. Think about it. If your house or wherever you're staying went up in flames, what is your next move? Where will you go? You have an action plan?
I don't have an action plan, but I'm prepared to think 10 steps ahead, though.
10 steps ahead? Mm-hmm. That's a lot of steps. You talking about 10 steps ahead?
10 steps ahead.
Yeah. Well, you got to be ahead. You got to have a plan of what you're going to do food-wise. How are you going to protect yourself? How are you going to protect your family? How are you going to continue moving so you don't stop and just, be caught up in the panic? So that is a lot of what's happening right now, because people are talking about this is the beginning of a civil war. But don't think that way, because you could choose to go that direction, mm-hmm. or you could choose to focus on what's going to make this nation better. Because democracy, oh man, right now it's on a thin line. And I think that's kind of what the problem is that, okay, I don't know if this is truth or not or whatever, but they're talking about how, because this is the last standing arm for Republicans to even be in office, because they feel like if it was a true democracy that only Democrats would win. And they don't want that, because there's a lot of things they do all these different things to stop it from happening. Gerrymandering, changing laws to, be more, punitive on certain people, so therefore they can have certain levels of control. And when you're looking at survival right now, these trumpeters and all these people out there who are scared, white people who are now kind of turning into the minority, are nervous and scared. and this is what they're doing. And you're starting to see this. So that's why I say, stay prepared, stay vigilant, stay focused, keep your head on the swivel, because a lot of these things are happening. But it's weird because I talk about on Clubhouse, there's two different people. There's the people who talk about the issues that are happening at hand and talking about what's in front of them, and those who are saying, hey, let's talk about business. You know, like there's two ways you could go about it. You could take a pause and focus on the things, you know, that are happening right in front of you that could potentially come to your front door, because that's what people are nervous about. That, yeah, it's happening on Capitol Hill. What if that happened to what if that mess came to your front door? You know what I mean? Like, what are you prepared to do? You know, like, how are you prepared to see these things? And like, business and all is all fine, but you still have to have the other peripheral things in your life taken care of, so therefore you could survive and thrive and do better, especially in this economy. And, you know, with the pandemic, because the pandemic is exposing everything. You know, and you see it right now. Even Amazon's taking advantage of it. Amazon just bought 11 Boeing 767s and 300 jets. I'm talking about, they said, oh, this pandemic got these jets on discount? All right.
Tap in.
Yeah, we tapping in. Look, I'm for Amazon. If you haven't bought Amazon stock, you got to buy Amazon stock, just because the moves they're making to be more self-reliant is what every company should be doing. In essence, like they're trying to out innovate themselves by, like, Netflix had the same way of looking at it. Like Netflix, whenever Netflix was, you know, they did the DVD by mail. Yeah. Then they did the streaming, but they knew these little steps were coming. And then the last step that they're doing right now is creating their own content, because they can't keep licensing from others. That's what Amazon was doing. They were leasing all these planes that they were using under Amazon. And they're saying, why lease when we could buy for the discount? So they bought 300 jets, you know, 11 Boeing 767, and they're now trying to in-house. So I think they took away about 40% of all the dependency on other companies like FedEx, UPS, all of them. And that's where you got to focus on, is like, how do you stop using other people, third parties, for what you do on a regular basis, to where you can scale and you get bigger, and then you can start in-housing some of these things. Like some people, you can outsource marketing, or you can in-house it. It'd be higher quality, but it'd be more expensive to in-house it. But these are the moves that are happening right now. Some people have failed. Some companies have failed to prepare themselves for what's coming. Like a good example is Kodak. You know, I know you remember Kodak. Mm-hmm. Kodak, old school, still here though. You know, when this is like 15 years ago, where digital photography was starting to take over, and they saw that digital photography was starting to take over. So they try to do whatever it took to keep that from hitting the forefront. Again, they weren't future-proofing themselves. They're trying to keep that digital, you know, creativity out of people's mindscape or anything. So then basically, you know, eventually they got replaced with all these other companies that focused on the digital. But then they didn't innovate what their own product was. And then now they became almost completely obsolete. You know, you're not going to see any Kodak, anything really now. And they were number one in the world. The same thing happened with BlackBerry, number one in the world, and did not prepare themselves for, remember that, something as simple as a touchscreen. And they kept saying, no, it's not about the touchscreen. People want to feel the buttons under their fingers, which is true. But people want that touchscreen. People want that, you know what I mean? Like, how you not have the option? You see what I'm saying? Create better options. You know, you might have to, you know, like kill whatever you're doing, but create another option for what you're doing, because that's how you survive. That's how Netflix survived and how they continue to thrive. That's how Amazon's doing it. If you don't see the proof in the pudding, you know, like people always say, success leaves clues. These are clues that are being left to say that when you're trying to scale and trying to grow, you know, you have to get away from being dependent upon others. Mm-hmm. That's key. You got to get away from being dependent upon others and try to in-house it with as much control as you have over your actual product, because it's you who's developing it. You're the visionary. You're the innovator behind it. You have to have as much control as possible so you don't, again, lose to yourself, you know? But yeah, that's a lot that's going down. How you feeling, bro?
Feeling good, man.
Hey, look, I'm a little excited. This is a little surprise for you. I usually don't bring y'all surprises. But before I get to this major surprise, if you're watching this, listening to this right now, please share it. Tag me. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you like it, hate it. I don't care. Just hit me up. Let's dialogue about what's going on. I got something special for y'all. And I don't know if you could see this. You have to see this, but you're about to hear it too. You got this Cosmic Crisp apple. Y'all hearing me? Cosmic Crisp apple. And it took 20 years to develop this apple. America has been trying to make the Cosmic Crisp the #1 apple for the last 21 years, and they finally debuted the Cosmic Crisp in 2020. But look, it's been sold out. You couldn't even get your hands on the Cosmic Crisp. But see, I walked in, Sam's the other day, I saw a whole bag of Cosmic Crisp.
A bag?
I saw a whole bag. I said, so I grabbed the bag and I just started backing up like, all right, I don't even know if anybody see me, you know?
Yeah.
Put it in the cart. I even shackled it down with the seatbelt just to keep the apple safe. First thing, came to the house, sliced it up for the boys. I said, hey, boys, do you know what these are? They said, no, Daddy, these are apples. Sweet apples. I said, no. These are Cosmic Crisps. And they're like, what's a Cosmic Crisp? And I'm like, take a bite.
What's a Cosmic Crisp?
And this is, look, I'm about to take a bite so you can hear not only the crunch profile of this Cosmic Crisp, but also the juice profile. Because the Cosmic Crisp, what makes it so special is that it's sweet to the core. There's not a part of the Cosmic Crisp that's not sweet. Let me go ahead and take a bite. You can see what this is going. Damn, bro. Oh, damn.
Hey, boys went in and out of here.
Man. That's look, if you haven't tried a Cosmic Crisp, please go to your local store and try it, because they're fighting to be the #1 apple in America. And I must say, what do you thought? I know you had a few bites earlier.
I had it, bro. It was good. That's probably the most perfect apple I've ever eaten in my life.
The most perfect apple. Look. This is not paid. This is purely from the heart. I'm trying to put y'all on to the Cosmic Crisp. It's hard to get your hands on it. I got a whole bag. So if you can't find it and you need to know the whereabouts, holla at your boy, because I got you. I got your back. But anything else you want to add before we close?
No, well, I'll add this. I hope everyone had a happy new year. Have a great start to 2021. Let's put our best foot forward and get better. It's a new year, fresh slate. So, hey, let's get it.
That's true. It is a new year. It's a fresh slate. And just understand, if anything in this year makes you angry, understand that anger, being upset, that's an emotion of the past. And that's not an emotion of the present or the future. You're not angry about things in the future. It's emotion of the past. So if you find out you're angry about something, frustrated about something, just understand you're dwelling on the past. You need to get yourself back into the present and into the future. So again, about to introduce you to a juicy conversation with me and my wife. So, as I call it, me, myself, and Blys. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you. We'll see you later. Peace out.
Peace.
Hello.
I was not expecting that.
You weren't?
No.
What were you expecting?
I don't know.
You expecting a what up?
Yeah, you usually what up, and I'd be like,
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
How are you though?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay.
Just okay?
I think so.
Why just okay?
I feel off.
Why? What's wrong?
I don't know why actually.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's that I'm like kind of tired or all the things that I think about all the time.
A little bit of both.
Everything.
All
the above.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I told you like my body feels good. No, my body feels tired, but my mind feels like super up.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's gonna be a long night.
I hope not. I hope not. You probably just need some rest, but then you can't rest because you got so much stuff that you need to do. So it's like your body and your mind.
Y'all hear this pressure?
Yeah, your body and your mind is not connected. But you know me, I'm always telling you need to rest.
Yeah, I know.
So
But I feel like I got enough rest though.
You sure?
I feel like so. I feel like I feel like I did.
Okay, well, it's late. So, if you want to crawl in bed next to me, let me know.
Oh my God. I don't skimp when it comes to sleep.
No, you really don't. You get more than enough.
More than enough.
Well, some nights, sometimes you'll get in bed at 6 a.m.
I know.
And then get up at 8 to bring the boys to school. I'm like, who does that? I know I can't. I cannot stay up past midnight. And if I'm up past midnight, it's like 12:02.
12:02. Yeah, but after a while, you do have to catch up.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, that's what I did today.
Yeah, you finally.
I finally, for the first time in a really long time, took a nap. And I didn't feel guilty about it. And I was just like, after I ate a big old bowl of pho, I was like, I'm going to go take a nap. I jumped straight in that bed and I passed out. I think I even woke up in the middle of it and was like, whoa, I'm drooling. And then went right back to sleep.
Yeah.
I was so tired, much needed rest. I didn't feel guilty. I needed it. And once I got up, I felt so refreshed. I think I was in the bed for maybe like an hour and a half to 2 hours. And normally my naps are like 30 minutes and I'm up. I just pop right up. But this time I was knocked out.
Wow. Are you proud of yourself? Or
I am. I'm proud of myself because I got up early this morning. I had a dentist appointment and then I ran some errands. So I actually got home like at 11 o'clock, I think. So, I was able to do everything I needed to do, ate what I wanted to eat, took me a nice long nap, guilt free. I felt great. But then the boys came home like about, 6 o'clock and then we're, dinner or whatever they're playing. And then like right before bedtime, Ida was like, Mama, why is the Christmas tree still up? And then I was like, I know, don't worry, I'm going to take it down. And he was like, yeah, because Christmas is over. I was like, see, that's when that guilt started kicking in because I was supposed to take the Christmas tree down. Obviously, Christmas is over. And today was like my first like real off day since New Year's Day and Christmas. So I should have taken the Christmas tree down today.
I would say should have. Under whose rule?
Mine, and obviously whatever
the
rule,
boys.
Yeah, whatever rule Idol is following, because he sure did tell me the Christmas tree needs to come down, Mama.
What do you think? When's it too? Some people leave it up all year.
They do, and and I know in New Orleans they do that, especially my mom, because she decorates the tree like for every holiday. So and she doesn't do it every year, but some years she leaves the tree up, and she'll have like a Mardi Gras themed tree or whatever holiday is coming up, an Easter themed tree. So she do that sometimes, but it's always like a small tree. It's never like the big Christmas tree like we have. I
feel like once you get past the next holiday, like Valentine's Day.
No, see, for me, the Christmas tree has to come down like the first week of January.
Man, since you brought up the first week of January, we just passed the first week into 2021.
Really? Already?
Yeah, this is actually the first episode of 2021.
Oh my God, it is. I didn't even think of that.
How do you feel so far coming in?
Oh my God, I feel the same.
You are the same,
it's horrible.
right?
Yeah, it's horrible to say because usually it's like, okay, new goals, new me. I mean, it's just the same I'm the same person, like the same complaints, the same energy, I'm just the same person.
I'm quick to say, like, I feel like I'm a new man, and then people always laugh.
Why?
They were like, Happy New Year. I was like, yeah, Happy New Year. I was like, I'm a new man this year. I was like, no, I'm a better man than yesterday.
Oh, of course. Oh my God. I mean, that was my goal, to just be better than who I was yesterday.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm still the same person. I don't feel no different.
I was at the dentist yesterday, and my dentist, she was like, when she was working on me, okay, I have these certain type of like goggles they put on you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So under the light, you can see her front guard, and it's literally just splatter marks all over it, right? So then I was like, when she got out, I was like, I don't want to make it awkward, but under a certain light, you got a bunch of splatters on your
mask.
On your mask. And she said, I know. I didn't know that until COVID. I would usually work on people without anything. Yeah. And she's like, and then when I wash my face at night, I'll feel stuff or whatever, but that's where it's from.
Oh, wow.
So it was until she started wearing a mask that she realized how much stuff
gets in her face. That is so gross. Ew. So that's probably from like cleaning and the shaving of the teeth, all that.
Everything.
Like, that is
splashback,
so
to everything, and it goes into her face, her eyes, everything.
Wow, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
But she needs to be cleaning that like before every patient though, right?
Yeah, I would think.
Ugh, she lazy.
I know it's funny. After that, I mentioned it.
Yeah.
You know, I mentioned it more to say like, okay, when she was in my face, I was like, whoa, like that's a whole, I was like, that's a whole bunch of germs right in my face, right?
Right.
So I was mentioning that to say, hey, you should have it like cleaned up.
Right.
But she looked at it like, oh, you see it too? Like, yeah, I didn't know this until this. I'm like, I'm not talking about.
That's not why I brought it up.
Yeah. I feel like you got COVID on that mask, you know?
Yeah, she probably does. But she should be cleaning it all the time if she's going to wear it.
Yeah.
That's kind of gross. So she probably can still get COVID. If
Probably.
she touched, the outside of her mask, I would think it'd be on her hands. I don't know how this works, honestly.
Ooh, my teeth
You feel nice and clean?
Feel so much better.
I just went in just to get my retainers checked. They just want to make sure it was all good.
How's it?
It's good. I mean, I don't really feel anything different, I mean, everything still feels the same. Sometimes I feel guilty when I go to the dentist because they always ask, like, how's the flossing going? And I just lie. I be like, oh, it's going great.
You don't floss like that? You don't floss every day?
Every day. No, I floss like every few days, if that. And because of the retainer, you can't floss with the retainer. You have to use a water pick. And so I lied and said that flossing is going great, but I can't get past the retainer, so I just use a water pick on my gums. And she's like, perfect. Your teeth and gums look great. I'm just like, now I haven't been flossing.
I stay flossing.
You do stay flossing. I just don't. I used to have a really good habit of it. Like I used to floss all the time, and now I'm just like,
what changed?
I'm lazy. I'm just lazy. I just don't want to do it. It's a lot of work.
Isn't that like a trigger word for you, lazy?
Well, yeah, when other people call me lazy,
but
it's
you
a
can call
trigger
yourself
word,
lazy?
but I can call myself lazy. Because I know I'm not lazy. I'm just lazy when it comes to flossing.
So, but doesn't that make you kind of like speak it into existence when you're like, hey, I'm lazy. And then when other people call you lazy, you're like, no, I'm not.
No, it's not that because, okay, my mom, she called me lazy one day. This was a few days ago that she was here to visit for like a week. And mind you, I had just worked like a 9-hour shift. And then after that, I went straight to an event that I did for Blys Pretty Palettes. And so I didn't come home till maybe like, I don't know, 10:30 that night. And I had left the house maybe like 9:30, 10 o'clock that morning. So I had worked all day. And then the next morning I was like, okay, well, maybe I could lay in the bed. She's here. She can help with the kids. And so it's like, 9:30 in the morning before I had to go to work. And she walks in and she's like, oh, you still laying in the bed? You need to get up. You're lazy. And I was like, hold up. I am not lazy. Mm-hmm. This is the first time that I slept in since you've been here this whole week, and I wasn't even asleep. I was just laying there because she was making breakfast for everybody. But then when she called me lazy, it did kind of trigger me. I just gave her that look like, what are you talking about? I had a really long day yesterday.
So you wouldn't say mothers know?
No, they don't know. I mean, I'm a mom. Look, I know. I'm just saying. But I think it is triggering to call somebody lazy, especially when they know they're not lazy. You can be lazy at certain things, like flossing your teeth, but I know I'm not a lazy person.
Yeah,
I'm not a lazy person. So when she said that I was lazy because I stayed in bed because she had everything handled, it did kind of push a button for me because I'm like, you don't really understand like the day that I had yesterday. Like I am extremely tired. And this is the first time that I've slept in a really, really long time. And sleeping in for me is like 8 a.m. Anything past 7:30 is sleeping in for me. So, it's all good though.
How did your event go?
It went really good. I mean, it was for 6 girls. It was a birthday party and it happened on January 1st. So it was like a great kind of event to like kickstart the year off. So it went really, really well. She rented out like this dope Airbnb. She had all her friends come and it was, like I said, a birthday party, had a private chef. The place was like really, really beautiful. But when we got there, we did think it was going to be like a palette party where I have my palettes.
Indoor palette party.
We have it all set up and all that good stuff. But actually, she didn't want a palette party. She just wanted me to decorate the dining room table. So that kind of threw me for a little twist, or threw me for a loop, whatever people say. So I had to kind of like figure out how I'm going to set everything up. And that kind of, it caught me off guard. But then I had to like, okay, think. What can I do to make the table look beautiful? And I just kind of thought, okay, well, it's kind of like the palette. It's the same thing. It's a flat surface. But it was a little bit more smaller and it was more narrow. So I was like, okay, well, I can do the exact same thing, but just kind of not put as much on the table. but still have everything represented, I guess. So I did it and it worked out and it was beautiful. She loved it. Her friends loved it.
Did you panic a little bit?
I did. I went into a little panic mode. I even tried to convince her, like, I think you should do a palette party, like indoor. It's going to be dope. You know, we got everything here. We can set up. Like, I think it's going to be real creative. It's going to be different. You know, that's what I'm convincing her. And she's like, no, like, I want it on the dining room table. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, cool. No problem. And, you know, she started to kind of freak out a little bit because it's her birthday. And I guess she felt kind of bad that the communication was a little bit off between her and I. But I was like, look, we still going to make it fabulous. Don't worry about it. So we set up and it was really, really beautiful. And I mean, it all came together. Everything that she wanted was exactly what was on the table and she loved it. So
good.
That's all that really matters to me.
That's great.
Thank you.
Good way to start the year.
I know. And so now, you know, the next event really is my sister got engaged. I don't even know if I mentioned that. She got engaged on Christmas Day.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah,
the whole family. This is great. I
know. She's gotten engaged. And so now I'm helping plan her engagement party, which will be in Houston, literally a month from today. So I'm already stressed out. We had our first like FaceTime call today about it. And already things are just like not what I thought it would be. You know, it's a lot of like communication issues and not really like on my end. I'm just asking a lot of questions so I can figure out what it is that I need to do. But she wants me to like partner with the person who I guess manages the venue, I want to say. And so it's like there's like a lack of communication there. And then like, you know, my sister and her fiance, they're kind of like they have two different visions. So now it's trying to like put those two visions together and make one.
Yeah.
But they're like on two opposite sides. Like he is wanting something extremely formal and she's wanting something like extremely casual. So I'm like, okay, how can we meet in the middle? So having a FaceTime call with like 3 people and the kids like ripping and running. I was like, all right, y'all figure that out. Coming back when y'all on the same page. So that's basically how it went. But
the way I look at it is basically, you know, let the woman take the lead.
Yeah. I that's what I would think too, because I think that's what women want to do anyway when it comes to weddings. Men, y'all just want to show up, you know.
Yeah, but you've seen it on like, what are those called? Bridezilla.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Where like the husband takes a big role into choosing this, choosing that. And then, you know, the wife or the soon to be wife is over here choosing this, choosing, you know, and it becomes where, you know, who's this really for?
Exactly.
You know,
I mean, it's really for the wife, the woman. Like we enjoy the weddings way more than the men. The men just want to show up suited and booted. Like just tell him what color to wear and he good, you know? So, but I think because he wants to have a say so in it as well, you know, and she does too, it's like, they just have two different visions for it. And my sister's like, this is very casual. This is just an engagement party just to like announce that we're engaged. And he's like, I want it to be formal, like suit, tie, suited, booted.
What?
Yeah. She's like, this isn't a wedding. This is like literally an engagement party. And I'm telling her, I'm like, yeah, like Michael and I, we had our engagement party at a bowling alley. Remember in Houston, we had everybody come out and it was such a good time. For us, it was more fun to like announce we're engaged and everybody just have fun. And that's what she wants as well. But he wants it to be a little bit more like very formal, which is cool. Like she wants cupcakes. He wants like a 2-3 tier cake. Yeah, so he's like, I want a cake. She's like, I just want cupcakes.
Where's he getting all these ideas from?
I don't know. And then he wants a caterer, and she's like, I'm gonna actually cook the food. You know, so I was just like, y'all are seeing it two different. Like y'all are two opposites right now. So y'all figure out what y'all want to do. Call me back because I just can't do this FaceTime thing, you know, because I'm talking to her, but then she's looking at him and he's speaking to her. And I'm just like, all right, y'all call me back when y'all figure it out.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. And that's why I was just like, see, that's why we ain't had to do all that. I just made it real easy for us. Like, you know, let's cut it out.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, again, this is just for us.
For us, yeah.
You know, like I let you take the lead on the whole thing.
This is true.
Because I'm like, I think whose idea was a Lucky Strike anyways?
I don't know. It could have been just both of ours. And then I was pregnant, so we couldn't go bowling anyway. I mean, well, I couldn't bowl. So,
I saw that TikTok with that girl, not TikTok.
The Instagram.
The reel.
Yeah.
Where she like, her water broke.
I know.
You sometimes see women be like super aggressive. You know,
While they're
working,
pregnant.
you know, they're working out, doing like all this. It's like, Your stomach is right there.
But she probably was trying to get pregnant. I mean, she probably was at the very end. Obviously, if her water broke, she probably was at the very end. But when we had our engagement party, I was probably only like, I don't know, 2-3 months pregnant maybe. So I was barely showing. I think I was only showing because I had ate the food at the bowling alley.
And you had short hair then.
I did have short hair. You remember?
Yeah.
Well, I might cut it off again. We'll see.
No.
I'm just saying.
Women always want to cut their hair.
I know, because I'm just tired of my hair. I just be wanting to start fresh, just chop it off. And I feel like I always cut my hair when it's like a huge moment in my life. So I don't know. We'll see.
What's on your mind? What's been on your mind? Like anything like new? Anything that
nothing really new. I mean, so at work we had one person test positive for COVID, and then 2 days later we had another coworker who had to leave and be quarantined because her husband tested positive. So it was just like my store manager was just trying to figure out, okay, like the timeline of who was around this person around this time and for how long. And he was even thinking about just having the entire team quarantined. And I was just like, look.
Oh, like close the store?
Yeah. I was like, that's not like really an option, you know? So, I mean, he was just hitting me up a lot of text messages today, just trying to figure out like, okay, you were around this person at this time. I see it on the camera, but I can't see what y'all were really doing. Did you take your mask off? Were y'all eating breakfast? I'm like, dude, I can't even remember what I did earlier today. You asking me something that happened a week ago, you know? I'm like, I honestly can't remember. So it was just, that was a little stressful, just trying to help him figure all that out. But then at the end of the day, nobody has to quarantine. So we're all good. We just ended up getting like a deep cleaning at the store. But I'm just like, at this point, I mean, everybody gonna catch it. I'm not gonna say everybody. Obviously, I'm trying my hardest not to catch it. But people are going to catch it. You know, I just.
Do you feel like you're gonna catch it at one point?
I mean, I would hope not, because we do what we're supposed to do to not catch it. I'm always wearing my mask. I'm always washing my hands. If y'all see my hands, they are so dry right now and raggedy because of the hand sanitizer and washing my hands so much. But obviously I'm not trying to catch it. But at the end of the day, I feel like everybody's going to catch it, or somebody you know that's close to you is going to catch it. You know what I mean? I don't know. You just have to try your best to protect yourself. And that's what I've been doing. So
I talked earlier in the earlier segment about Dominic passing.
Oh yeah, I know. That is insane. The fact that you just saw him like 2 weeks ago for your birthday. I'm just like, how, you know what I mean? And that's probably the only person that you know, like personally, that passed from COVID. It's crazy. I don't know. It's just so weird to me.
Yeah, because it is super real.
Yeah, it is. Very.
And serious. Because, I talked to my uncle in Nigeria, too. He talks about all these, ways that they protect themselves. Because so far in Nigeria, only 1,300, not even that, have passed from it. But they do this whole drinking this certain, like, concoction in the morning to protect your body. And it's like, I forgot what it was. It's like ginger, garlic, lemon.
Okay.
And they drink that or something like that in the morning, and they drink it at night.
Yeah.
But then they say, oh, if we're going to go to a party, we drink one right before the party and run right after. And I was like, is this something like y'all do? Or everybody's like, no, everybody does it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I need that recipe.
I know. If they only had not even 1,300 deaths total, where we have like over 3,000 people dying a day or something like that, I don't know. Maybe we need to get on that recipe too. Like, what is it? I mean, I know you just said it, but
I don't know. I think it's
just
some holistic stuff,
I'm down for it.
The same thing happened around Ebola. When Nigeria had Ebola for really, it's a quick moment. Remember?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Like 6 years ago. And they did the same thing.
Yeah.
They said it doesn't keep you from getting it. It just protects your body in the case that you do get it.
Like, you can fight it.
Yeah, make sure that your body's prepared to fight it. Or it makes it maybe weaker by the time it does attack. But I'm hearing all these little spinoffs from like what happens when you have COVID. They're saying that some people have lost their sense of taste and lost their sense of smell permanently.
Permanently?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would suck.
And then, this is the worst one. I think everyone fears Alzheimer's to a certain extent,
Yeah.
So they said that it breaks down your exterior brain lining.
Wow.
That separates your brain from like your skull, which is supposed to protect you from like bacteria and things like that, and that starts to like decay.
Oh wow.
Under COVID, so that is going to create like complications in the future. You know
exactly. So we basically just gonna die younger.
Oh, don't say that.
I mean, that's what it sounds like. If it's gonna happen over time, like.
Not we, but you're saying as if everyone in the entire world.
Well, not everyone, but I'm just saying whoever catches it and it affects them in that way. Because it seems like, long time ago, people used to live up to like 120, 150. Now it's like, okay, 85, 90 if you're lucky. Now it looks like, I don't know what, 65, 70 maybe?
65, 70.
That's crazy. I would hope that's not the case, but that's what it sounds like, I mean.
With COVID being here?
Yeah, I would think so.
Oh.
I wonder how the world feels about the vaccine. I know a few people who already
have taken it.
Yeah, because they work in a hospital, so they had to take it. But I don't know. What do you think
about me taking the vaccine, or just in general?
About you taking?
Okay, for anything, I don't want to be the first batch. I know. Even when they said iPhone 1, I'm like, wait till iPhone 2 comes out.
Oh my goodness, get all the kinks out.
Yeah. Get all the bugs out.
Exactly.
But I would like for them to advance it based on, like, if they push out, let's say, 30 million. I think they're at like 10 million. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Let's say 30 million. I want to see what it does with that population.
Right.
And then they will refine it based on that, the results from that situation. So from there, I'll be a little bit more confident to see millions of people have taken it already. Right. And then, there's no like terrible like outcome or stories, you know what I mean? Because I think that's like what everyone's worried about. It's like, okay, this is gonna affect my DNA, right? And so it's just so foreign of an understanding that we have, at least myself, of what that will do to you.
Exactly. Do you feel like they didn't test it long enough? You feel like they just kind of rushed it a little bit?
No, I don't think they rushed it. I just know that the process already, think about it. They had more money invested in this particular vaccine than any other vaccine ever. Whereas in the past, you're talking about vaccine, it takes them years, like 10, 20, 30 years to develop it, because they're doing it based off donations, based off, grants. But you're talking about billions, if not close to trillions spent on this particular thing worldwide, focused on this because it's so bad.
Right.
And then, some of the things that they did before to make it a little bit faster in the process is due to the fact that it was a slow process in the past. So they already had some certain things already prompted, and they just kind of like moved it, kind of like I think they call it Operation Warp Speed. So it is much faster, but it's not based on like cutting corners. It's just that literally everyone's working on it.
Gotcha.
So overall, I feel like efficacy wise, like if it's safe, I don't know.
I know, I'm still on it. I don't know too.
Yeah.
I mean, if they make it mandatory, I'd be like,
they won't make it mandatory like any.
Yeah, just like any vaccine.
Yeah. Which is what I feel like makes it more trustworthy.
Right.
For the fact that it isn't mandatory. But then you got some jobs that are saying if you don't take it.
Exactly.
You could lose your job.
Yeah, and someone told me that, and I don't know if it's true. She voted for Trump. But she told me that if you travel out the country and you don't take the vaccine, then you can't travel. It's something where they can check to see if you took the vaccine.
Yeah, they said it was like a vaccine passport or something like that.
What?
Where you get like a little
hell?
Like slip that goes with your passport.
Really?
So that you know that you've taken it.
Wow.
But even now, the main one, you have to take it twice. You got to take the first one, and then you got to wait like 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you got to take it again.
Yeah, my coworker, her husband is a nurse. And so he took it in, I think, the last week of December. And so he's taking it again, I think, the last week of January. So he'll be taking the second round.
I want to get the check where they check if you ever had it.
Oh, yeah. I want to see that, too.
It's like a serology test.
I want to see that, too, because, I want to know. Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah.
Because I remember at one time I couldn't smell anything. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I was like, I can't smell nothing. Like, we had a candle lit and everything. I was like, do you smell this candle? Because I don't smell it.
It don't smell good.
Yeah, it didn't smell like anything. So I was just like, And then I was tired, but we had just got back from vacation, so I just assumed because we just drove all the way to New Orleans and then Florida and then back.
I was a little bit sick then.
Yeah, you were. And then, but I was so tired, but I just thought maybe it was just because we were on the road for so long. And then I remember not being able to smell my favorite candle, which I thought was weird. So maybe I had it, and I just
Not around that time though. I think we had it earlier than that.
Well, yeah, that too. And maybe I had it. If we had it earlier than that, maybe I caught it again, and it was just more. My symptoms was, you know what I mean. My symptoms weren't as like, strong because I already had it.
Yeah.
Because it is weird to lose your sense of smell. Because I know I couldn't smell my favorite candle. I was like, I don't smell anything.
You might have just been tripping that day.
And maybe because I was just so tired.
Yeah.
I was so tired. I do remember that, but I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I want to do that test to see if I've ever had it.
Yeah.
If I have any like antibodies or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then, I'd be surprised if I ever did though. 'Cause I feel like I'm not saying I just feel like I'll never get it.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I'm not in people's faces like that.
No, you never are. But I do remember that one time that you were so sick. I mean, episodes, I don't remember, like 20 something maybe. And you lost your voice. You were so sick. So I was like, and then oh my goodness. I remember you were like sleeping, cold, but you were hot.
See, the time you're talking about, you said I was sick like December time before.
I think it was like November. Yeah.
Was it like what?
I think it might have been November, December.
What?
Of 2019.
But I didn't start the podcast till 2020.
Oh, wait. I'm confused then. Wait. No. I don't know.
So when you talk about
true.
that first time, you say, oh, you were so sick.
Was it in November? No, but I remember whenever time you were sick, that was the time we did the podcast.
Yeah, there was a time I did the podcast and I was sick.
No, I'm sorry. It wasn't November. I think it was in March because I ended up getting sick right before we had to shut the store down because everybody had to be quarantined.
I agree with that one.
So that was the time that I remember. So that was in March. I think early March when you were like really, really sick. So it wasn't November. It was March.
Okay.
I just got my timing off.
No. I'm the one who brought up November. The one
Okay.
before that. Because there's a time where you said, well, we're talking when it first started. That you said, I think you were sick. Remember when you were sick before? And it was like, it was before.
Oh, before. Yes, it was before.
But then I did get sick on the podcast. And I had to I was taking every type of
yeah,
medicine.
it was bad. I remember it was really bad.
Yeah.
And then I remember Kenzo got sick because I remember having to take him to the doctor. And then like 2 days later, I got sick where I completely lost my voice as well too. So we could have had it then because we all were like super sick.
Yeah.
But who knows? It could have just been the flu.
I just feel like maybe I feel tired or tight right now because everything that's happening. Where you got the passing of Dominic, then you have, Capitol Hill being stormed,
Which is insane.
Yeah, like crazy.
One person got shot, and I think she's pronounced dead.
Yeah, she was dead. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was pronounced dead. And then it's just so many different things to start the year.
I know. It's like 2021. What happened? Like we 6 days in. And
Yeah,
it's
but I didn't have
already
any
chaos.
expectations anyways.
I mean, I didn't either. Trust me. I didn't think that once it hit January 1st, then it would just start all over. Like for real, for real. I just knew the madness was just going to continue until the next, into the next year. But I never would have thought that something like this would have happened. But then again, I'm sure I've thought of this.
For real?
Yeah, it's just weird that they were able to go inside and sit and take selfies and write little notes.
One guy took a selfie with the police officer.
That's what I'm saying.
Isn't that crazy?
That is so crazy. Like, let that have been a group of black people, Black Lives Matter. There would have been tear gas, guns. You know what I mean? It would have been chaos.
Black.
You know what I mean?
If anybody listening or watching could use their imagination and think that in the times that, black people weren't being listened to, that they stormed the Capitol House.
Right.
Capitol building, broke the window, broke inside, started looting certain things from inside. You know what this place would look like? America would melt down. They're like, they would say,
God.
bring in the National Guard.
Already know the tanks are coming.
ASAP. Bring in the riot gear, bring in everything you could think of.
The city would be on fire.
And then think about it. In that Capitol building, they'll be like, oh, do y'all remember Bloody Wednesday? And it'll be the day where there's so many black people who were killed based on them breaking into this.
what were you thinking, black people? It was a federal building.
Exactly.
You had guns and sticks and da 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 da.
Exactly.
You know?
But then here we are, just watching all these Trump supporters just doing whatever they want to do, and only one person died, and it probably was by accident.
But see, a lot of these people didn't even have to die. I think they're even now talking about holding, which are not, holding Trump accountable for the deaths that happened due to him and his. Because, a lot of this is that he has what is called like denial of failure.
Yeah. Yes.
Whatever it takes, he cannot be seen as a loser.
Exactly. His ego is just way too big.
Yeah, his ego would not let him be seen as a loser. So he's taking it this far to let people know, like, I didn't lose. Even in his address to get people to calm down from the whole Capitol Hill thing, he had to, just
reiterate.
Yeah. Hey, this was robbed. This was stolen from us.
Exactly.
Calm down. But he still does these whole, dog whistles to people,
He's still kind of egging them on. It's just like, man, I just don't understand it. It's just crazy to me. Like, I really want to like knock on our neighbor's door and be like, hey, what do y'all think about what's going on? They probably like out there protesting right now, like they probably out there doing the same thing because, they're Trump supporters, and I don't know. I'm sure they would be all for what
one of our neighbors.
Yeah, one of our neighbors, not all of them, just one. But I'm sure they are like all for, and they're probably like in their house right now, just like excited about what's going on. But had it be Black Lives Matter, it'll be like, oh, see, you guys just don't listen. You need to sit down. You know what I mean? It just would be a totally different story. And I know it'll just be crazy right now. But I just don't understand what's happening. I just don't get it. That's the privilege. That's the privilege that you're seeing right now. The white privilege is that they can storm into this federal building, take pictures, selfies with police officers.
Right on Pelosi's table
and writing notes. One person looked like they was like smoking a cigar. I'm just like, this is crazy. We wouldn't even make it on the lawn.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to jump over any fence. You know what I mean? But
they were using the barricades to get
help. Over. I know. It's like, where the police at?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, who's watching this building? Where y'all at? It's just so weird. It's crazy to me, but that's white privilege.
Yeah, I know.
Right there.
And that's what this country is showing people.
Exactly.
And, you would think that, which has been the craziest 4 years ever. You would think that, we're starting to heal and process and get through it.
Yeah.
But then the world's looking now like, what? Again? You know what I'm saying?
The world looking at us like, y'all are crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all just ain't got it together.
America's so ghetto.
This is the ghetto. But you know what? We just going to sit back. We're going to be quiet. We're just going to watch it. Ain't really nothing we could do. Like, black people don't even get involved. Don't even go join in. Don't even do anything. Just sit back and watch it, because this is just crazy.
Yeah,
it's just all chaotic and crazy.
So I guess that means I should go ahead and buy that machete I've been talking about.
I mean, we might have to. I don't know. Look, I don't know what we might have to do, but I feel like we just got to protect ourselves going forward. I don't know. I just don't know.
What are your thoughts on guns now?
I'm still against guns. I do not like guns, but if we need to have one to protect ourselves, I mean, I'm all for it. But then again, it's Texas, so it's like, as a black person, if you shoot a white person that's on your lawn, you might end up going to jail for it.
That's what you kind of
I feel like
those little things.
Yeah, I feel like it'll always like turn back on us. Like, oh, well, you guys shouldn't have had a gun in the first place. I don't know. I just feel like the laws, they don't protect us. You know what I mean? It's not for us. So it's just like,
there is a slight miseducation though when it comes to what people expect when they do get a gun. Because what people are fearful of, at least myself, is that we got kids in the house.
Yeah, exactly.
And mistakes. I'm not clumsy free. You know what I mean? So imagine, for some reason, anything could possibly happen. You have that.
That's the reason why I don't like guns. Like I said before, my grandfather had guns. He had like those old time guns, but I do remember
like the powder.
No, not the powder, but they were like this long, skinny gun. And you put bullets in it. But I do remember, like, I knew exactly where he had it, because he did show us. He was like, it's in my closet on the top. It was a lockbox, so he would take it out you know, he wasn't shy about it. He would clean it in front of us, or he would show us like, oh, you put the bullets in, but he wouldn't shoot it. He wouldn't have us shoot it. He would always hold it. But I think it was his way of like educating us to let us know like it's dangerous, but you guys know where it is, but don't touch it type thing. And none of us ever played with it. But I mean, it's always been scary to me to see like an actual gun, and I know what it can do to people. So it's just like, I've heard about kids finding a gun and they're playing, and then it's, you know,
I know how to hide it though, because my dad was he was poor at hiding.
Oh really?
Yeah, hiding
Your
stuff.
dad had a gun?
Yeah, he had a gun, and
No.
we found it and we played with it too.
Really?
Yeah, we played with it. And then he also had like a BB gun too. So we didn't know the difference, but
Yeah.
it wasn't as if like anybody got shot or anything like that. But
Right.
I do know that had like bullets in it,
yeah.
then yeah, one of us would probably be
And
gone.
see, that's what I'm saying. We got two boys. Like they love all that type of stuff, guns and cars. You know, that's what they play with. So I could just imagine one day you leave it out because you're cleaning it and you had to like rush out and you know
the way my dad would do it is that, think about it. I knew there's probably things that he had to hide.
Right.
So I would go in certain like drawers or certain places in the closet
Yeah.
that they think I would never go to.
Exactly.
And then look in these little places. Like imagine, you know, in our closet I had those little plastic drawers or whatever. And, you know, my dad would hide it in a place like that under, you know, like certain like clothes or something like that. And that's the first place I'll look under, check the corners.
Yeah, but you have a child. Your oldest is like a spitting image of you. The stuff he says is only stuff that you would say. So can you just imagine if we had a gun? He would be snooping just like you did.
Yeah, but it has to. I could outsmart that.
And he can too.
No, what I'm saying is that there's things that are based on angles.
Yeah.
That you might not see or understand.
Right.
You know,
right.
just like if I hit something on the top part of this, you know, little outlet or whatever, you know to look open the drawer, but you don't think to look under and
True.
feel it.
I understand that, but as kids, you're so curious. Even let's say we're playing hide and seek one day, and he decides to hide underneath that table, or he decides to hide in, you know, in one of these corners, and he happens to see it.
Yeah, no, not the gun would just be out. It'll be in a lock box that you would need your thumb or toe to get in.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just so. I obviously you could feel and that I'm uncomfortable about this whole conversation. You know, I just want to do the best for our family. I do want to protect our family, but you know, maybe I need to go to like some gun classes.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, that's why I brought it up. Like,
Yeah.
there's miseducation about what people expect when they do get a gun, and that going to class and getting trained and understanding the risk and how to mitigate the risk and what you should expect, you know, with the firearm. You know,
right. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. If I can just hold one, put one in my hand, then maybe I'll be okay. I've never shot a gun before, so maybe I just need to get comfortable with shooting a gun or something, because I'm just very like,
yeah, let's go to the shooting range.
Yeah, we can do that. We've always wanted to do that. Well, together, and I think I've either backed out or something always came up. But I mean, growing up, when you hear like bullets in the neighborhood, you know, nothing about guns excites me.
You don't hear bullets, talking about gunshots.
True, gunshots. Yeah, but not hear bullets, but yeah, I hear gunshots. You know, and yeah, it just doesn't excite me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not your steez.
It's not my steez. You know, so it's all good though. I mean, let's just, you know, see where this conversation takes us.
Yeah, we have to see. But but you're open to machetes.
No. I think I would rather have a gun than a machete.
For real? Why?
And then wait, why would you want a machete? You actually got to get close to the person, and then you got to chop them.
But
in
you got to
pieces?
think. You're thinking if you have a gun and you run out, ding, ding, ding. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm out.
But a machete,
Hold on, let me reload.
babe, you got to hold their arm, and then you got to chop it, and then you got to keep on chopping it.
Yeah, but a machete.
Ooh, can you even get through a bone?
Think about it, machete. Like you would have to have both.
I don't know. That just sounds even dangerous.
If I walked in a house and a guy had a machete, I'm not messing with that guy.
Y'all just be running around the house.
Come here. Come here. Like, he has a machete in his house. Like, all right.
You're like, no, I'm going the opposite way.
I gotta go.
See, but then you have to chase the person.
If I had a machete,
So what if you had a machete and that person had a gun?
it's the same as having a bat. I feel like at the end of the day, no one's gonna be sharpshooting. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So they're gonna be in some level of like a quarter where, I mean, we know the house better than they do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He's gonna be over here like, I'll be on this one.
He be shooting at the walls. He be like ducking and diving, sliding on the floor.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, look, I'm okay with the bat. I'm cool with that.
A metal bat.
A metal bat.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, see, you got me all just like nervous.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's all good. Look, let's do the gun. Let's do the machete. Let's do the bat. You know, I support you. I support you 100%. Yeah. Anything you need to do to protect our family. And then, you know, like I said, I'll go to the shooting range. I'll shoot a few little bullets and
There's a
all that good stuff.
Yeah, we need to get you like in the game where you could shoot and understand what's going on.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, have you heard this word? Sardonic.
Sardonic?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Sardonic is like someone who's like bitter.
I was gonna say it sounds kind of demonic.
Sardonic sounds demonic.
Yeah, demonic.
Yeah, it's actually, you know, someone being like bitter or like scornful or anything like that towards somebody.
Okay.
Very sardonic towards me.
Like, girl, damn, you so sardonic.
Nice little adjective for the boys, man.
I like that. That's a nice word. I've never even heard that word before.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Soft, you know.
Soft. Reminds me of like sardines. No,
Yeah. I like the letter S. It's very nice, well rounded.
This is so hilarious. Sardonic.
Yeah, and you can you guess my favorite number?
3.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the juiciest
Ew, because it has like 2 like butts.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
kind of squeeze
No,
it.
not that it's like butts.
I mean, if you turn it like on its back.
It's just a nice soft. You know when you have like those blow up numbers and
Yeah.
blow up letters, like did you get for your birthday or something? The 3 just seems so nice and
nice and soft. Like, because you can grab the 3 with both hands.
oh my god,
You can.
you keep doing this.
Yeah, because if you lay the 3 on its back, it's like 2 cheeks.
No,
That is so funny. I don't have a favorite number.
no.
People always ask me. I just like even numbers.
I used to say 00, but you know how that goes,
You also said your favorite color was clear.
which is true.
Oh, y'all, he told me that like back in the day.
I used to tell Bly a lot of things. I used to tell her when we first met. I used to tell her that her and her sister that I don't do number 2,
You did tell me
and
that.
that I take a pill and it just dissolves in my
You
body.
did, and I believed it. So gullible. But then I was like, that don't make any sense. That is such a lie. Yeah, you used to make up all kind of stories.
I know.
And that whole clear, my favorite color is clear. I was like, this guy is weird. What is he talking about? His favorite color is clear.
Yeah, I was always trying to like
Be different.
forced it too hard. They're like, "What's your favorite number?" I'm like, 00. They're like, "Oh my god."
That was probably my reaction to everything you said. That
yeah,
my
it's
God.
like, why don't you say 0? And then people used to tell me 0 is not a number.
You know what? The boys told me that too. I was like, 0 is a number.
No, they say 0 is not a number.
It's not a number?
No.
See, the boys be teaching me.
Yeah, the 0 is before a number, which
What?
is crazy. Because you know you got 1. Mm-hmm. I think -1
Is it a number?
is a number,
But 0 is not?
But yeah, because like it's not anything.
Oh, the boys did tell me that like last week.
Something like that.
You know, they be teaching me.
Don't even quote me because
No,
you know
I won't.
I want to find out like
I won't
is
quote
0.
But you know what kind of gets under my skin though? Now that I'm like 8 years in Texas, when I ask people for their phone number, you know, at work, and they always say 504. I'm like, do you mean 0 or
504. Look at this. Look at this. It says, is 0 a number? Ask Dr. Math. It says, I see that it is not recognized as a real number, but as a whole number, integer, etc. It seems that, no, I guess it isn't.
So it's not a number?
Yeah,
Wow.
I got to read all this just to kind of get that. Look, they
Oh
could
my
just say yes or
God.
no.
I know, exactly. So 0 is not a number, y'all. Just like I think the boys told me that Mars is not a planet. Is it Mars?
No, Pluto.
Pluto is not a planet.
Well, it's not included in our solar system anymore or something.
I was like, what?
Yeah,
just learning
they're
new
over here
stuff all the
teaching us all this
time.
stuff.
I
They're like,
know.
wow.
It's crazy, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah, but you know, anything that you're looking forward to this week?
No, nothing exciting is coming up. Oh, Friday. Friday is my facial day, and I'm taking you with me.
Hey.
So we both are gonna get facials, but we both are gonna get chemical peels.
Yeah.
So I know you said you were a little nervous about it.
Yeah, 'cause I said it could go either way. Remember I said that if I get it, my face may be perfect, right?
Yeah, because remember, it's already perfect.
No, it's high quality. It's not perfect. I'm playing.
This boy said high quality.
And if I got it, I was like, man, how it's even more perfect, right? Then one day I was like, hold on, how about the opposite happen? Where it like messes up my skin, it messes up my skin tone or whatever it is, and I'm over here like fight my whole life just to try to get back to what I was before.
Yeah, I don't think it would do that. I mean, it could though.
It could.
But you don't need a chemical peel. You probably could just do like a cute little facial.
Cute little facial? Are you serious? You hear this?
Just do a little facial, a little mask.
A little something.
A little something, But
I look forward to it though.
I'm excited. I don't think we've ever had a facial together
besides I never met your esthetician.
Oh yeah. So this will be your first time meeting Miss Brenda. Super sweet lady. Super sweet. Yeah. And it's black owned too, FYI.
Hey. Yeah, and supporting her and doing that'd be great. I look forward to that. That's this Friday, right?
Mm-hmm. This Friday.
Man, this week went.
It's going by too fast.
Yeah, but I can't even say that because it's always so cliche to say it's going by so fast.
No, it's true.
I think the older you get, the faster days go.
Maybe because you just look forward to. I don't know. I know some people look forward to the weekends. I look forward to just my next day off. Mm-hmm. I'm always like, okay, when is my next day off? That's like the days that I look forward to. So. Maybe that's why when you get older, you just look forward to like your weekend or your next day off.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe. But I don't have that type of schedule.
You don't have that schedule, I know. But see, the boys look forward to weekends too.
Mm-hmm.
Like they know, like, okay, like mama, today's Friday, like Happy Meals, we go on Friday. And they know like Saturday we go to the park with daddy. And they know Sunday is Nana Pawpaw Day. So they know like they look forward to the weekend.
It's true.
So I don't know what that is.
It's funny when I told the manager at my dentist office, our dentist office.
Yeah, I know, right?
She was like, she's like, oh, okay. I'm glad we got you off work to do that. I was like, oh, I'm not working. And then she's like, oh, I'm sorry, you lost your job, COVID? I was like, I said, no. Like I could, I'm working. I'm employed. I don't have to work at this very moment. She's like, oh, there's something. You lost your business and all. I was like, no.
That is so
I could kind of like work whenever I like. She's like, oh, you're lucky. You're so lucky.
That is so funny.
So you can work. You can just come in whenever. I was like, yeah, I just work it around my schedule. She's like, wow.
Is this the lady at the front? Not the front desk, but the side desk.
Yeah.
The way your accent was, it sounds like her.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, she's like, you're so lucky. And then she left.
She's so sweet.
Super sweet.
Yeah, the moment I walked in, she's like, hey, Bly, how are you? She's like, your husband was here yesterday. They love telling me that.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But yeah, I think her name is Maria. I'm not sure, but she's really sweet.
I think it's Maria.
Yeah, she's really,
great.
really sweet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
She runs that entire place.
She does. And I feel like she's been there for a really long time.
Yeah, but you can't really push her around.
No, you can't. Because she's strong, too.
Yeah, very strong.
You can tell.
You could lie to her, but she go front you out right then and there.
That's true.
She's not the one. She's like, oh, you know what? And then talk about it later. She's like, no, that didn't happen. This and this and that. Like, she's very clear.
Direct, yeah.
She does talk a little bit extra to try to get you to where you need to go. Because she's being very polite.
Right, exactly.
But she'll get you there.
That's true. No, she's really sweet. I like her. I mean, I like everybody at that office. They're super cool.
Yeah, everyone's cool. Well, I think that wraps it for,
I know, right?
Episode 53.
I was gonna say, so would it be like episode 1?
Episode 1.
Since it's like the first of Genesis. The new year. I know, right?
Well, it's always been a great talk.
I know. I enjoyed
You enjoyed it?
No, I always enjoy it.
Always. Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you so much for listening. We love y'all. See y'all later. Oh, peace out.
Peace.
In the words of Wayne Gretzky, don't go where the puck is, go where the puck is going. See you later. Peace.